Today's MetroNews television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Weathers. Walking through your thunderstorm potential, quiet through tonight, looking to the northern panhandle for a non-severe thunderstorm, then from the northwest, Charleston to Morgantown on the edge of any strong storms approaching Wednesday night and some heavy rain. It's a widespread risk for severe thunderstorms capable of potentially damaging winds, large hail, and some flash flooding Thursday and Thursday night. The eastern panhandle is where we have lower amounts of rain expected, but elsewhere a widespread 1 to 1.5 inches with locally higher amounts that could bring some flooding. Overnight, we will see partly cloudy skies, a few areas of light rain. Northern panhandle might see a rumble of thunder that again is non-severe into the early morning hours. The larger situation here will be a cold front starting to approach from the northwest as we head through the later part of Wednesday, and then that front crosses the area through the day Thursday, pushing with it the line of storms with the heavy rain threat. FlyStar W forecast starts at home. We will see some severe storm potential for Chicago on Wednesday, quieter after that. Atlanta, stormy Wednesday through Friday. Situation is stormy in Orlando as well, where it's much hotter in the mid-90s. Panhandle, the Panhandle forecast, looking north for some non-severe rumbles of thunder tonight, about 57 Morgantown, 59 Moundsville, then 81 to 79 for highs here on Wednesday. Going east, 52 Davis, a bit closer to 60 toward Martinsburg, 87 there on Wednesday, looking to Petersburg for 85, rather dry during the day Wednesday. Elkins 55 tonight, Ripley potentially a little bit of light rain closer to the 60-degree mark for a low, and then 83 to 77 is the spread of highs here on Wednesday. Marlinton 53 tonight, topping off 79 there Wednesday. Charleston 85. So the stormy stretch will be Thursday to Friday, followed by a quieter weekend, but more wet weather anticipated Monday.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Five, three,
Red 57! Red 57! Hot!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Bill McKenzie hits a 38-yard field goal on the final play of the football game.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
It is a great night to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be.
From the home of the state's land-grant institution, inside the Health Plan Studios, in the Dale B. Miller Building in Morgantown, it's time for the state's most listened-to sports talk show. This is the CityNet Statewide Sportsline. CityNet, cybersecurity experts for the digital age. And now, across the state of West Virginia and beyond, Sportsline is on the air.
And good morning, good evening, whatever it is. We're all kind of discombobulated. We just watched and heard the singing of Country Roads for the second time at the College World Series, and that just wrapped up literally about 30 seconds to a minute ago. The Mountaineers victorious over Troy at the College World Series, 12-0, and they sang Country Roads again. ESPN televised about three-quarters of it, and it's a great day, 12-0, West Virginia over Troy. Welcome to the CityNet Statewide Sportsline. Brad is here. He's back from Omaha. Good evening.
Good evening.
Coach Hunter's going to be here. He's got a day job that he's finishing up, and he'll be right over.
What an impressive bounce-back performance, and that is right on character with this team. They have done this all year. They just don't flinch. And, Kyle, even when it's wins, this team's able to put those past them and advance on, but certainly has been so good in these situations as we saw in the regional, and came back today and didn't squeak through this thing. This was a no-doubter. There was bats rolling. There was a record for stolen bases in a College World Series game. There was elite pitching. West Virginia put it all together today and left no doubt, and they'll advance on and get that rematch with North Carolina.
So many things to talk about, so many keys, and we invite your texts at 304-TALK-304. The biggest difference for me was damage done. By that I mean against North Carolina, you had 8 singles, and the offense was limited. All the hits in that game were singles. Today, You got an RBI double off the bat of Gravelin, and then, of course, the 3-run home run on a 2-strike pitch with 2 outs by Gavin Kelly. So extra base hits and damage with those extra base hits, the RBI double and the 3-run home run, and all of a sudden you look up and it's 6-0 and you're rolling.
Yeah, you punched people through. And again, in the singles you hit, because you had a lot of singles today too, but they turned into doubles because you're running all over Troy, which was part of the game plan. So I think the key today offensively was just that, getting people on base. We know that's West Virginia's MO. Get them on, then you can start to run. Then you can put pressure on the defense, and West Virginia did. I think if I'm giving out a game ball, and I think that's one of those great questions tonight, is who do you give your game ball to? And in games like this, Kyle, there's about 10 that you can hand out. But give me Dawson Montesa again. Man, with your back against the wall for the second time in 3 weeks, you give the ball to him, and he comes in and was absolutely stellar. 5 1/3 innings pitched, no runs allowed, 2 hits, 6 Ks, and there were some pitches that were absolutely electric. So again, when you needed it, with your back against the wall, this kid came through and performed again. What a revelation he's been here in May and into early June. So I think if I'm picking one ball, I'm giving it Dawson Montesa, who gave you a real shot early to get this thing going.
I'm going Gavin Kelly because your best player showed up in the elimination game. And just like I said, I mean, singles are great and stolen bases are great, but West Virginia did damage today with hard-hit extra base hits, which just weren't there against North Carolina. And I know Gravelin got the first, but Gavin Kelly hit that 3-run home run, and that was the moment, okay, ball game, this is it. This is West Virginia's day. So I'm going Gavin Kelly.
Yeah, I mean,
3 hits overall.
Yeah, I wouldn't quibble with that either. He was 1 of 8 coming into this, so you needed, never mind what he did today, because this game was already in hand. I mean, you didn't need his runs. It was over at 1-0. But you needed to get him going as it gets later in the tournament. You want some confidence. Gravelin was awesome. I mean, talk about what he did today. Ball off the wall, first of all, very nearly went out. And then I thought his base running on third, when he came home on that wild pitch that barely got away from the catcher, that wasn't 10 feet away from Janicki. And ESPN did a great job on the camera work. They were behind the catcher and down the line, so you could see the ball bounce off Janicki's chest, and it wasn't far away, and Gravelin read it right away. As soon as that pitch angle came in down, it looked like it was going to be in the dirt. He was already moving. He scampers home to give you a 2-0 lead, and then the pitchers just came through and were awesome. Again, Montesa won, handed over to Reese Bassinger, who's just been able to appear in each of these games. He comes in and faces 6 batters over 2 innings and strikes out 5. Hello, Reese Bassinger. So he came in and shut the door, especially big in that bases loaded inning in the 7th. So again, you could hand out a bunch of game balls. We haven't even got to Armani Guzman yet, who had an unbelievable day as well. Just an all-around top-to-bottom performance today for WVU.
And again, the pitching, as you mentioned, Montesa followed by Bassinger, who came on this show and said from the talk he had with Paul Skeens when he was down here, Skeens talked to a bunch of the guys, and Bassinger said that Skeens said every pitcher in the major leagues thinks they're the best pitcher in the big leagues, and that's why they're there. And Bassinger today takes the mound and with the mentality, I'm the best pitcher in college baseball, and he throws 18 strikes and gets 6 outs with 5 strikeouts.
He might have been today. Yeah, he told us that. He said whether it's right or not, I go into every game and every appearance thinking I'm the best pitcher out there. He might have been today. He was absolutely tremendous.
So the text line is open. Who gets your game ball? 304-TALK 304. What do you think about this one? Now the hard work begins. Now, this was fun today, and you've beaten Troy twice. You've knocked Troy out. They were a great story. Now the hard work begins because you have to play 3 games in 3 days. The next two, hopefully, against North Carolina, who's playing as well as anybody in the country.
Yeah, so get through those first and get through the first one coming up at 2 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. I mean, here's the benefit, and this is also why my game ball goes to Montesa. You needed somebody to chew innings today, and he did that with 5, because now what it did, it gave Chance and Cole a whole nother day to rest and makes him even more available tomorrow. And I think he was available today if you needed him. Giving him another rest after throwing only 55 pitches the other night, you've got him. I have a hunch Ian Korn is available as well, so you go back to him. You got Carson Estridge in this game, struck out 2 in his 1 inning. Finally got him some World Series experience. He's available. Reese Bassinger's going to be available again. So you've got your full complement of arms ready to go tomorrow. So, yeah, you line up and you try and take them down once and then put the pressure really on the heels if you get into that second game against them.
Yeah, Bassinger only threw 25 pitches in 2 innings, so you would think that he would be able to come back in a perhaps closer situation. Now, on the other hand, North Carolina's rested today, and they've got pretty much their entire staff ready to go for tomorrow and, if necessary, on Thursday. So this will be game 3 for them. West Virginia's already played 3, and the Mountaineers, in fact, will have to play 3 straight days in order to get through out of the loser's bracket into the championship round.
Yeah, there's no doubt. This is a real challenge, and that's clear, but you've kept your options alive. I gave that stat last night on Sportsline, Kyle, from Rob Anderson, the Creighton SID, who does some great work with on behalf of the College World Series. But 29 of the last 35 champs have started 2-0. So North Carolina and Oklahoma are in really good shape. They're both the 2-0 teams in this, but take it one game at a time. You line up. That game the other night against West Virginia, it's not like that was a decisive win for UNC. That thing is locked up until the 7th, and as we talked about, save for a couple uncharacteristic errors by West Virginia, who knows where that thing goes. So the biggest news today, you're still alive, Cal. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you are still alive now in this tournament, and you advance on to what will be the final 4 teams in this event, and you go take your swings.
304 Talk 304, that's the text line. Thoughts on today's game. Who gets your game ball? I say Kelly. Brad says Montesa. What do you say? And we're keeping our eyes on the live feed from Omaha as well. Hopefully we'll get the post-game when Coach Sabins and probably those 2 individuals, Montesa and Gavin Kelly, meet the media. Maybe Armani will go to that live and see what Coach Sabins and the rest had to say after this game. West Virginia 12-0 over North Carolina. Text coming in. Texter says, I have one word for today's game: domination. That's a good word. West Virginia
Amen.
Wins this one. West Virginia goes 2-0 in the Neil Brown Classic in Omaha. West Virginia beating Troy twice. Texter says, hey, guys, was WVU in runners in scoring position? They were 1-8 early in the game. What did they finish up with?
I'll give it to you here. It was really good. You'll win a lot of games doing this. 6 of 16, 375 with runners in scoring position, and here's the difference. So you hit nearly 400 in those spots. Troy hit 077, 1 of 13 in that, and didn't even score that run with the runners in scoring position.
Okay.
I'll get into some of these more advanced stats here coming up because they are mind-blowing and back up what we saw in terms of a 12-0 win.
Texter wondering what you're doing back here. Life.
Stuff.
Life happens.
Stuff. Got another job. Got to get back here and cover. Believe me, I have got major FOMO that we had to leave Omaha while it's still rolling. We'll get into that a little bit later. What a great event. There's nothing like, I tell you what, Kyle, I've seen country roads in a lot of places. Singing it in Madison Square Garden after a Big East basketball title is pretty special. Singing it in the College World Series in Charles Schwab Field after a win in the College World Series, that's pretty neat too.
And again, happened again today, and ESPN made a show out of it like they have, so it was wonderful. Wonderful situation. Let's see. We got some game ball votes coming in. Bassinger coming in, bases loaded with no outs, allowing no runs was huge.
Good one.
You're right. That's a good one. 2 in a row for Bassinger. This texter says Montesa was great again, but Bassinger would get my game ball. He shut them down and prevented any comeback. So we're outvoted. 2 for Bassinger, 1 for Kelly, 1 for Montesa. 304 Talk 304. Your thoughts, your comments after today's game. Who gets the game ball? And again, we're keeping our eyes on the live feed from the post-game news conference. We hope to bring you those comments as we move along today. We're in the Health Plan Studios. First time we've been here in a while, at least all of us. We're in the Health Plan Studios. This is the CityNet statewide sports line. CityNet is West Virginia's local internet provider, high-speed, reliable fiber internet, probably right at your front door. Now's the perfect time to connect. Local customer support you can trust. Fast, reliable fiber internet built for everyday life. When it's high-speed internet you need, CityNet.net connects protects, and perfects.
Hey, this is Brad Howe for your local internet provider, CityNet. High-speed fiber internet is probably at your front door, and now's the time to connect. Your tax dollars helped expand broadband access across West Virginia, and CityNet makes it real. More rural communities in West Virginia can finally get the high-speed internet they deserve. With free equipment, free installation, no contract, and local support you can trust. So whether you're streaming, working, gaming, or running your business, CityNet delivers the speed and reliability you need. When it's high-speed internet you need, CityNet.net connects, protects, and perfects.
As West Virginia takes their shot at glory in Omaha and captures the nation's attention, West Virginia businesses are building for the future. When it's time for a new medical facility, hospital expansion, historic renovation, auto dealership, apartment complex, sports complex, or church addition, trust the team that's been helping build West Virginia for more than 25 years. Jarrett Construction delivers design build, construction management, and general contracting services throughout the state of West Virginia. Visit jarrett-construction.com today. WV030133.
Answering a text or phone call while driving. Seems pretty harmless, right? But in the 5 seconds you took your eyes off the road to respond, you missed the girl riding her bike across the street. You missed the dog who darted into the road. And you missed the stop sign. And while it was just a ticket this time, it could have been worse. In fact, more than 700 people are injured in distracted driving crashes each day. Keep yourself and others safe. Don't drive distracted. Just drive. This message was brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline
Returns in 2 minutes.
on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs and 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the road.
Download MetroNews Television on your iPhone or Android. Search MetroNews Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
$12-0 West Virginia beats Troy today. Let's go live to the podium in Omaha at the College World Series.
Joe Healy, D1 Baseball. Gavin, how did that home run swing feel after a couple of games that maybe didn't go your way at the plate? How did it feel to come through there?
Yeah, it felt awesome to be able to hit that and help the boys out. And it's funny how it works out because wasn't seeing the ball great the first 2 games and kind of pressing. So being able to get that is huge, just to almost like ease it.
Gordon Roby, U92. Gavin, that's your 12th home run since the start of May. What kind of clicked for you coming into May and down through the stretch of the postseason?
A guy named Sam White. So he was on the team last year. I have a really good relationship with him and talk to him all the time. So Sam White.
Would you care to elaborate?
he's shared some stuff with me, and then I have a Sam White almost tribute in my locker back home, so he blesses me, and he's just shared some stuff with me that have helped me almost become a home run hitter.
Wilson Moore from the Omaha World Herald. Dawson, when did you know you were getting the ball today, and just what did you have working for you out there?
Yeah, I found out at practice yesterday that I was going to have the ball, and I guess what worked today was the curveball. I was throwing it for strikes and for chase, and then that just opens up everything with the fastball and slider and splitter. But just pounding the zone with, plus stuff could get the job done, yeah.
Noah Darling, College Baseball Central. Dawson, a lot gets made of the jump from D2 to D1. Is there anything that you can look back on and say, you know what, that actually helped me in an environment like this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I haven't pitched in a game like this. This is obviously the biggest stage I've pitched on, but just realizing it's the same game, D2, D1, Little League, high school, it's all the same game. It's a children's game, so just going out there and pounding the zone, playing like it's your last game, it's pretty cool.
Noah, being a question for Reese. You're showing a ton of emotion out there on the mound. What did it feel like to be on the mound, getting the final couple outs for West Virginia's second ever program win in the College World Series?
Yeah, that was sick. It's kind of situations that I really like to be in, and I assumed that I would be in a tournament like this. And when I got the call to go in, I was pretty pumped up already. So then getting out of it, sometimes you get a jam shot that doesn't go your way, but this time, Paul caught it, makes throw home, and I strike out the next guy, and it was pretty sick. I somehow made exact eye contact with my dad right after that happened, and he was excited. He never shows emotion, so don't know how I found him, but it was really cool to do that, and so I was pretty pumped.
We're going to take one more for the student athletes.
Taylor Kennedy, Charleston Gazette Mail. Gavin, for you, between you and Paul, you guys had only had one hit leading into this game. How good was it just to see not only yourself, but Paul as well get a couple passes of defense?
That's a fun stat to know. I didn't know that, so thank you. But yeah. I mean, Paul's been tremendous for us this whole year, so he's got no reason to press. His hits are coming. His swing's in a great spot, in my opinion. So his hits are gonna fall, hits are gonna come. And for myself, it's just sticking to my approach and being an athlete in the box.
Dawson, Gavin, Reese, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We're listening to the post game live from Omaha. WVU beating Troy today, 12-0.
Questions for Coach.
And questions for head coach Steve Sabins.
D1 Baseball. What did you make of the overall offensive approach? Just not only the aggressiveness and stealing some bases, making some things happen, but the ability to add on as the game went on.
That's always a huge piece of it. That team is so good, and they can score in bunches. So if you're up 2, you're like, we have to extend. And if you're up 6, you're going like, their big inning, their big punch is coming. It's around the corner. And so you just feel like you really have to keep your foot on the gas in order to beat a team like that. And it just so happens, I think we had some pitchers step into big situations and make big pitches. But I think it was 7-0 with bases loaded, and then all of a sudden you're kind of like, man, this is a Janicki fly ball away from being a save situation in the middle of the game. And so you're always kind of playing it that way. But I felt like the offense just did a great job. And the reality is that their starter did a tremendous job. And they brought in Alonso, who's been their closer for most of the year and has plus stuff. And they really got what they needed out of him. I think to expect for him to go 2.2 innings when he hadn't really pitched in the last 2 weeks, I think they got what they needed. So I felt like, man, they're kind of, things are falling their way right now. A closer that they bring in a 2-0 game that's been able to get extended. He threw 68 pitches. I think that's almost like as good of what they could ask of that kid. He did a tremendous job. And so, for us to get a couple insurance runs and stay aggressive on the bases and be able to manufacture some runs. But Gavin's home run was kind of the game changer. I think it was first and second with 1 out when Kelly came up and we weren't running, and we didn't run at first base with Tyrus in that situation, and Armani ended up drawing the walk because like kind of the goal in my head that inning was like get Gavin to the plate. That's our best chance of kind of a knockout blow is to get Gavin to the plate. And then he had an incredible at-bat and spun a ball right with 2 strikes. I didn't think that ball was necessarily out, and the wind wasn't really blowing at that time. The flags were dead, and so he really clipped that thing good. That was an impressive swing.
Doug Kyle, College Baseball Central. Coach, I think we're talking about the same point in the game there in the 6th. There's 2 quick outs. There's an offensive timeout, and at the time I'm thinking you might even just be getting your pitcher a little bit of time. You come back, you get the 3-2 call, get a walk, a home run, and then suddenly it feels like that the game pivots at that point. Is that how you saw it?
It certainly pivoted. I don't know if it's because of that or I think a whole bunch of two out hits and great at-bats and some homers is really what pivots it. But there was certainly a lot of momentum, and it was cruising there. And Montesa, you said that was the 6th inning, right? Yeah, so Montesa had thrown 5 complete, and it went out quick. And so really the thought process was, can we slow down the game a little bit, give Montesa a breather, allow for him to kind of recover and recoup so he can be in a good spot going back, because he was at a pretty high pitch count at that point, and he's had some higher pitch counts, but 112 and a couple weeks ago 122 are his longest outings of his Mountaineer career. And so it certainly, that was the pivoting point. You're exactly right. Like I felt it, everybody felt it, but I think it was just more circumstances. Like it really worked out in that scenario. The funny part about all of that, I was giving Dawson more time, and then he came out and he wasn't sharp. His velo was down, and we ended up taking him out of the game after he recorded 1 out. And so I think it almost like flipped, right? It went from having like not enough time to recover to too long of an inning, and then it was probably too long of a pause, and he wasn't really sharp, and his arm didn't bounce back great after the 5th.
Noah Darling, CBC. Coach, you first told me about Dawson in September, and you were very excited about his ability. I asked you, can he throw 100 pitches in the postseason, you know, that kind of thing. And then he starts in the opening weekend rotation, and then he works his way to the bullpen. Just his journey, kind of conceptualize that, and what helped you maintain belief that he could do this today?
Yeah, he's such a special kid. I mean, all these kids, you guys have a great feel for our team by now, just from whoever you choose to sit up here. They present with class, and they're real, and they're humble, and they're down to earth, and it's just like a really special group. He's certainly one of them. He just loves to play. Like, he is a black lab, golden retriever. Like, get him in the yard and like throw him tennis balls, and the guy will have a blast. But he could play basketball, baseball, hacky sack during BP. He's catching balls behind his back, in between his legs. He just loves to play. So like anytime you tell him, hey, Dustin, you're gonna get the ball, he's like, hell yeah, coach, let's go. It doesn't matter if it was a close situation, middle relief, starting in the World Series. He's never shown an ounce of frustration in his role throughout the entire season. And that guy's a high-profile draft prospect. That guy has a good chance of pitching in the big leagues. So you insert that guy on any team in the country, and he has a role. It doesn't matter, any team, any conference, any situation, he's got a role. It's plus stuff, it's plus athleticism, and plus makeup. And for a guy like that who's gone from Friday to Sunday to middle relief to closer to starting in World Series games, in the regional, he threw 122 pitches, came back the next day, threw 10, and it was with better velocity. And so it's just like, that's that character stuff, that's that makeup stuff that it's hard to pinpoint, but once you realize who somebody is, it's just so special. So he's a kid that we would put in any situation because we trust, and then our job is to kind of make sure it's in the right situation where we think he can have success. I thought he's basically the opposite look of Chance and Cole, and Troy handled Chance and well. So you have right heater, big breaking down or breaking ball and a splitter. Cole is sinker, changeup, slider. So I was like, well, we'll try something different, right? That was more of the thought process.
Noah Bieniek, 11.7. Coach, I know this could probably be normal circumstance, but the team strength is base running and stolen bases, so I'll revisit a prior question and just ask, I mean, you had 7 stolen bases today. A couple of the guys had amazing jumps, so I don't necessarily know if it's the catcher, who's a very good catcher on the other side. Did you see something in film, or is that just the guys getting tremendous leads?
I think the guys just getting great jumps, and I try to be careful with the whole identity of the team and this and that and what it makes out to. Like, the bottom line is, like, when opportunities present themselves, you want to take advantage of them, whether it's offensively or on the bases or defensively or with pickoffs. That's really more of the mindset. We don't proclaim to be base running gurus or know what we're doing. We study film in all those areas, and when we think that there's an opportunity, try to take advantage of it.
Justin Jackson with the Dominion Post. Coach, you were kind of explaining the thought process of starting Montesa. Can you talk about whether or not that was a short discussion, a long discussion, analytically driven, or a gut decision?
Relatively short. I think when you lose game 2 and you have 3 games to win to get to the finals, you have 27 innings, and you're saying, who are the guys that can handle a large workload? Who are the guys that have proven to be able to throw 100 pitches? So at the end of the day, however you want to slice it up, there's 5 or 6 guys that need to throw 4 to 5 innings for us, and then you need to mix in some other dudes to perform in big moments. And so Dawson was probably the most prepared and had the most rest and had been good, but we didn't show up here to play for second, and so you always show up with this mindset of, like, however you slice this, we're going to need these kids to be good in these moments. And so it doesn't really matter who goes first or who goes second or who's the closer or who comes out of the pen. If McDougal was cruising there after Montesa, we probably would have left him in and not gone to Bass. But he wasn't as sharp today, so we say, all right, give Bass the ball now. McDougal will save some bullets because we're going to bring him back tomorrow or the next day, right? And so it's really more just about who do we think could be good against the opponent. But now there's only one opponent ahead of us. That's North Carolina for a couple games. And so we'll need all the guys that are capable and have proven to be effective for us to have great outings. And so I think simple as that, really.
We're going to take one more question for Coach.
Carey, West Virginia Metro News. Steve, have you settled on a pitching plan? Can you just kind of take us through some of the options available for Wednesday?
We haven't yet. You just kind of live day to day at this point. Cole had a short outing to start this party off in Omaha. Korn threw that same game. So those are 2 really trusted arms that threw game 1 of this tournament. So those are definitely options. So we probably start there. Hagan has some great outings for us in the postseason. He's been tremendous. McDougal, Bass, Estridge, Huther, Saragao, those guys have been more in the mix for us. And then, like I told the team, there's other pitchers that haven't been in there as much, but crazier stuff has happened, and we're in this position because of those guys as well. You just normally lean on experience a little bit, and if things don't work out, then you end up putting some less experienced pitchers in there. But that's kind of the game plan as of now. But we'll make a decision tonight and have to turn it around pretty quick.
Head coach Steve Sabins there, his post-game comments. A lot to digest. We need to get a break in. Coach Hunter has arrived, and the text line is open, 304-TALK-304. Since 1979, the health plan has called West Virginia home. From humble beginnings, they've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming a part of its fabric. For over 4 decades, they've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses, proudly serving West Virginia for over 40 years. The health plan will continue with the CityNet statewide Sportsline after this.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
This boating season, elevate your family time with Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Proudly family owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Trusted experts in premium boats, motors, and service. Discover refined comfort, elegant design, and performance you can feel. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of preseason savings. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com because the weekend's almost here.
Answering a text or phone call while driving seems pretty harmless, right? But in the 5 seconds you took your eyes off the road to respond, you missed the girl riding her bike across the street. You missed the dog who darted into the road. And you missed the stop sign. And while it was just a ticket this time, it could have been worse. In fact, more than 700 people are injured in distracted driving crashes each day. Keep yourself and others safe. Don't drive distracted. Just drive. This message was brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's MetroNews television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Weathers, walking through your thunderstorm potential quiet through tonight, looking to the northern panhandle for a non-severe thunderstorm, then from the northwest, Charleston to Morgantown on the edge of any strong storms approaching Wednesday night and some heavy rain. It's a widespread risk for severe thunderstorms capable of potentially damaging winds, large hail, and some flash flooding Thursday and Thursday night. The eastern panhandle is where we have lower amounts of rain expected, but elsewhere a widespread 1 to 1.5 inches with locally higher amounts that could bring some flooding. Overnight, we will see partly cloudy skies, a few areas of light rain. Northern panhandle might see a rumble of thunder that again is non-severe into the early morning hours. The larger situation here will be a cold front starting to approach from the northwest as we head through the later part of Wednesday, and then that front crosses the area through the day Thursday, pushing with it the line of storms with the heavy rain threat. FlyStar W forecast starts at home. We will see some severe storm potential for Chicago on Wednesday, quieter after that. Atlanta, stormy Wednesday through Friday. Situation is stormy in Orlando as well, where it's much hotter in the mid-90s. Panhandle to panhandle forecast, looking north for some non-severe rumbles of thunder tonight, about 57 Morgantown, 59 Moundsville, and 81 to 79 for highs here on Wednesday. Going east, 52 Davis, a bit closer to 60 toward Martinsburg, 87 there on Wednesday, looking to Petersburg for 85, rather dry during the day Wednesday. Elkins 55 tonight, Ripley potentially a little bit of light rain closer to the 60-degree mark for a low, and then 83 to 77 is the spread of highs here on Wednesday. Marlinton 53 tonight, topping off 79 there Wednesday. Charleston 85. So the stormy stretch will be Thursday to Friday, followed by a quieter weekend, but more wet weather anticipated Monday.
CityNet statewide sports line following West Virginia's 12-0 victory over Troy to advance and survive in the College World Series. Mountaineers against North Carolina tomorrow. As you've noticed, we've been joined by Coach Hunter. Good
I
evening.
just realized I didn't even take time enough to change
That's
my shirt
fine.
out. I still got the day-long T-shirt.
No problem at all. Everyone understands.
Yeah, it was lucky T-shirt today. So, boy, I mean, I was listening to you guys as I was making my way in after finishing up my story, and you covered it all. But just so many good storylines out of today, from Dawson Montesa to Gavin Kelly to Reese Bassinger, all the ones as I look at the text line and they're now getting game balls. They all deserve it, and there are others as well.
Armani Guzman leads a Mountaineer team. I mentioned this earlier, and this stat comes from Rob Anderson, who works at Creighton and helps out with the communications at the College World Series. That's the most stolen bases in a game at Charles Schwab Field in the College World Series, which began in 2011. You can go back. As far as he went back, he got to 2004. Arkansas had 6 stolen bases. So West Virginia passes that in getting the 7, and Armani had 3 of them, and it started right away, right? It started early, and he did what he does and started to disrupt that that Troy defense because he's on the base pass and running. So that's another area, and Kyle, we talked about in the beginning. When this team gets runners on, then things start to happen, be it stolen bases, be it bunt and run, be it drive in the single and take the extra base, and they did it today in perfect fashion.
Another vote for Montesa. Texter says the whole team gets the game ball. Let's see. 304 talk 304. This person's going to cheat and split it. Give it to the catching position. He says Kelly and Gravlin split the game ball. Another one for Montesa. He keeps the pitching staff fresh. Very good point. And this individual washed his lucky clothes after the Tar Heel loss. I only own one baseball uniform, so I broke out my Reed Williams 47 football jersey for
that
this.
Worked. How about let's go back to Montesa for a second, Greg. 5 innings, 5 1/3 inning, no runs, 2 hits, 6 Ks. His second consecutive performance when facing elimination. You gave him a game ball. You had to get a good performance out of him, and you did. We've talked a lot about the 7 1/3 he threw against Wake a couple of weeks ago in the regional. Other than that game against Wake, you've got to go back to April 10th against Texas Tech to find his longest outing until today. He threw 7 innings in that game against Texas Tech back on April 10th. And then he does it against Wake when you had to have it. He does it today when you have it. You can't say enough about his, not just the stuff. The stuff was elite the last couple of weeks, but the ability and the mindset to be the stopper in this case and go out and say, okay, that's it. The losing streak's going to be at 1. I'm getting us back in this. And he did that and held on there until the offense could get really cranked up and provide the cushion.
And you mentioned it, facing elimination in both those events.
Correct.
I mean, if he's not elite, each of those times, West Virginia isn't playing right now. And their season, it was over 2 weeks ago, or it's over, today.
Yep.
So huge performance by him. And, and for West Virginia, their offense had some ups and downs in this tournament, but it really started early today. And even though those first couple innings you couldn't get anything in, you're getting a lot of traffic on the bases.
Sure.
Though you guys have seen it. Sometimes when you don't take advantage of those situations, it comes back to haunt you, but it did not today.
It didn't, and then you got it really cranked up, and these numbers are silly. Runners on third, less than 2 out. West Virginia goes 4 of 5. I mentioned runners in scoring position, 6 of 16, 375. And on the other side, it just highlights how good this pitching was. You look at these Troy numbers. Let's just take overall hitting, guys, on the day. Just overall hitting. Don't even go past that. West Virginia hit 350 today, the lineup that went out there, 14 of 40. On the other side, Troy hit 125, 4 of 32. So the offense is going to get a lot of highlights, putting up 2 touchdowns and 2 missed extra points. But that defense and that pitching staff, all of them, absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, and getting guys on base early in the inning. 5 times West Virginia got its leadoff hitter on base, and Troy did not. So, again, that's another crucial part of this.
Kyle, you scored 12 and left 11 on base.
Right. Yeah.
This could have been slow pitch softball-esque, Coach Hunter.
Well, almost
was. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of busted open there with those 5 runs in the 9th. But again, the Gavin Kelly 3-run home run gives you cushion. It's a 2-0 ball game at that point, and you just had a feeling at some point Troy was going to get its big hitters up there with runners on base, but that Kelly 3-run home run pushed the lead out significantly.
Kyle, that's part of where Bassinger impressed me so much when he came in that inning with the lead.
Loaded, yeah.
And it wasn't just bases loaded. It wasn't getting out of it. It was against 3, 4, and 5, where he got Cavill on a whiff, made him look bad, got Janicki to fly out, and then got the number 5 hitter with another strikeout. So he wasn't trying to get through there, Greg, with guys that weren't hitting. He went right into the meat of the order and shut them down with no runs.
Texter breaking down Troy's offense a bit. The fact that West Virginia got a shutout is amazing. Troy had scored 119 runs in its last 13 games, averaging over 9 runs per game. 10 plus 6 times, 12 plus 4 times, 15 plus 2 times. Mountaineers scored 12 today. Troy gave up 6.4 runs in its last 13 games. And so there they are. A little bit of stopping that offense.
We talked last night, guys, that you thought maybe Troy, just the state of its program, wasn't going to have the pitching depth as it got into this game, and I think that really came to fruition. Is they just did not have the arms to be able to stand in there and battle West Virginia today.
Texter says, give Montesa a ton of credit. I think he's gotten better as the year has gone on. Ironically, I think he's better now than he was back when he was the Friday starter. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt. I mean, his last 2 games, guys, will go down in Mountaineer lore forever, the way he's held off elimination.
And, again, there was concern doing this show, that West Virginia would struggle a little bit to get the first victory of a series, and then by and large they would win the series. A lot of series they swept, but there was concern with him in that Friday starter slot. That's how he struggled during the middle portion of the season. In fact, was removed from that, but he has come back to be dominant, absolutely dominant.
Well, this just in, you're allowed to get better.
Right, yeah.
Right, you're allowed to get better as the year goes on, and you find your role, and credit for Steve for mixing people around and trying people in different spots. And listen, this might not be the end of Dawson Montesa. He threw 122 in that weight game and then came back to close one down. He only went 112 today, Hunter.
Yeah,
he's available.
nothing.
And he told us on this program, Kyle, he's got a rubber arm. He always has. So Dawson Montesa, go ice that bad boy down and be ready to go.
Well, considering, what you have to, the gauntlet you have to go through in the next 2 days, you're going to need all hands on deck.
There's no question. Dawson Montesa, if West Virginia gets through and beats Carolina twice, you'll see Dawson Montesa again.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. So the situation turns to tomorrow. West Virginia with, again, getting through this with Montesa, 112 pitches. McDougal can come back. Well, everybody who pitched today can come back. I don't think any of them are candidates to start that game, but you look ahead to the first of hopefully 2 you're going to play against North Carolina.
Well, as we were listening to Steve Sabins right there a few minutes ago, it certainly sounds like some combination of Chance and Colony and Corn.
I think that's one, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this will surprise me if it's not Chance and Cole on the start. And, Greg, we talked about this last night, and we're hoping that Montesa could do this today so that you could give Cole not only another day's rest, but now get him against a team that hasn't seen him, right? You would have rather have not gone to him today, although he was available if needed. Now you get him against a Carolina team that has not faced him.
Can you pitch Max Yale tomorrow or definitely Thursday?
I think you got to try and get if you need him, you need him, right? You just said it, Kyle. All hands on deck because you got to win. But I think in an ideal world, you've probably got enough arms tomorrow. If you can find a way to win, then that sets up him to come back and start the next game, even if it's just a couple innings. You might not get 5 out of him, but if you can just get Max for a couple, then it's literally everybody comes in. If you have to use 6 guys throwing an inning and a half, so be it.
We'll do all this again tomorrow after the North Carolina game. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to spend a few minutes with Joey Fields. He's one of the head coaches of the North-South game. We want to talk a little bit about the North-South and the experience those young guys are going through. So we'll have a couple of minutes with Joey Fields of Herbert Hoover, head coach of the South for the North-South game. Stay with us. The CityNet statewide Sportsline continues after this.
Our knees and hips are complex joints. For joint replacements to function properly, the implants must be placed with accuracy and precision. WVU Medicine's board-certified orthopedic surgeons use the latest technologies in robotic-assisted joint replacement to ensure the implants are in the exact spot they should be. If you have a joint problem, trust the expert surgeons at WVU Medicine. Visit wvumedicine.org/ortho.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan. We are here for you.
As West Virginia takes their shot at glory in Omaha and captures the nation's attention, West Virginia businesses are building for the future. When it's time for a new medical facility, hospital expansion, historic renovation, auto dealership, apartment complex, sports complex, or church addition, trust the team that's been helping build West Virginia for more than 25 years. Jarrett Construction delivers design build, construction management, and general contracting services throughout the state of West Virginia. Visit jarrett-construction.com today. WV030133.
Live from from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
You know CityNet is West Virginia's leading technology company. Whether we're managing IT infrastructures, protecting the critical data and networks of our region's businesses, or providing fiber broadband, TV, and phone services, we are your go-to experts. We're also a strong partner in the communities in which we serve. CityNet, your trusted technology partner. Learn more about us, visit citynet.net.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan proudly supports our active and healthy communities and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
CityNet statewide sports line for this Tuesday. Mountaineers beat Troy 12-0 today. College World Series also going on. It is North-South All-Star Football Week, and head coach Joey Fields of Herbert Hoover is with us. He's coaching the South team. Coach, a little bit late getting to you. We apologize for that, but we certainly appreciate your time. Hello to you.
No. Hey, how you guys doing? No, I'm happy to be on here and talk a little football this time of year.
Did your guys get to watch the World Series game?
We did, man. You know, we're in the dorms here at West Virginia State, so we're trying to catch everything we can.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're keeping up with it. And, you know, everybody's trying to get it on their phone or hotspotting in some way.
Yep. All right, let's talk football. You guys are working out this week. The game is Saturday. Your impressions here of the first few practices?
Yeah, it's been exciting getting to know the kids. You know, we're now in practice 6 with 4 more to go. But it's been good, you know, and getting to know the kids, and everybody's got different ways that they've been coached and different terminology, and so that's kind of fun. But it's just trying to put together the best plan to let the guys be successful to go play their final game on Saturday.
So, Joey, how do you keep this event fun for the players? Because it should be fun, but also, you know, put a good product out in the field on Saturday.
Yeah, I think the way the directors here and have planned this event over the years. I mean, I think this is year number 50 in the modern era since 1976. It's a fun week. I was lucky to coach in it 10 years ago with Coach Kinder, but yeah, you want to keep it fun. You want to keep it light. You don't want to grind them out. Still got to go practice and still prepare to play football. But at the same time, we want the guys to enjoy themselves and enjoy each other.
You can be pretty creative with your offensive playbook and your set. How do you approach this where you have to kind of not dumb it down, but you got to simplify it certainly because you can't put all your stuff in just a few days?
Yeah, no, Brett. We've had this conversation. How we're doing things is a little unorthodox. I'm excited to show that on Saturday. It's either going to go really, really well, and it's going to look like, wow, how'd they get all this in 1 week, or it's going to be a disaster. But either way, you know. But no, it's kind of, you know, there is a universal language to football, so we're trying to lean on that. But also everybody calls it a different way and gets to it in a different avenue. But no, trying to stay simple, but also have fun with it, get guys the ball, what they feel comfortable with, but also, taking care of the football and trying to win.
Now, see, that's a typical coach, and you're a veteran. You didn't give us anything. You gave a little tease right there, and I knew you were going to come with something unusual there. Very good. Right on brand for Joey Fields.
Yeah.
Coach, we got about a minute left. You got about 4 of your guys here with you. That's always special. You get to work with them one final time. Talk about that a little bit and give us an idea of some of the skill that you have on the South team as well.
Oh, yeah, that's fun, man. And just it's always nice to know, hey, this is our last week. This is our last game together. We've been in that opportunity when you're playing that state championship with these guys, but you never know, But, no, it's been fun. It's got a lot of skill, played against a lot of these guys here in the Valley. I'm very familiar with other guys, from down south with their coaches, or maybe I coached their brother years ago or coached against them. But so that's been fun to get to know the guys. And but no, there's a lot of skill. It's fun. When you come back and coach a game like this, it reminds you why you coach kids who just love football, because they don't have to be here. They were picked, but they choose to be here as well. So. We're enjoying this group, and I told these guys, hey, the memories you make and the relationships you make over these 6 days last for you for the next, hopefully, 60 years, and there's truth in that.
Yeah, we've heard that a lot, and it's movie night tonight, right?
It's movie night, man. I'm in Disclosure Day. I'd step out watching a little Steven Spielberg movie, but probably not the movie of choice for these guys. They're in scary movies.
Yeah, exactly. Better get back to the movie there.
Yeah, we'll let you go. We'll let you go and get back in there and let us know how it. We'll get your review on it maybe later.
There you go, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay, Coach. Thanks. We appreciate it. Have fun Saturday.
All right. Thank you.
Head coach Joey Fields there of Herbert Hoover, the head coach of the South Cardinals, and that game comes up at noon on Saturday at South Charleston High School, the annual North-South game. Well, they did it. 1 down, 2 to go.
Mid-June, still playing baseball, guys. Still talking baseball. I think we got that Coastal Carolina game coming up in 12 hours.
Exactly. So tomorrow, West Virginia against North Carolina at 2 o'clock, and we'll do it all again. We'll break it down for you here on the show and get you the post game, and we hope you enjoyed it tonight. Join us again tomorrow. Health Plan Studio, home of the CityNet statewide Sportsline. Thanks for listening and watching. We are back tomorrow.
From the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline is an exclusive production of the MetroNews Radio Network. All rights reserved.